But we start with a double overtime thriller between the Celtics and the Raptors, and it was the Raptors' backcourt. Kyle Lowry, as you see here, Fred VanVleet, and Norm Powell holding the Celtics, winning in double overtime. Jalen, what did you see from this thriller last night?
I saw the heartbeat of the Toronto Raptors use his spirit to will them to victory. That gentleman right there, Kyle Lowry. And we were doing a text this morning, and I'm glad you also reminded me of Day Day because I left him off. Of players in today's game who I don't even care about their stats. I really don't. But they help create a culture of winning that is so paramount to their team's success. Lowry, Marcus Smart, Jimmy Butler, the Chris Paul, like irritants, guys that are willing to kind of throw their body around. Like at the end of the game, when Marcus Smart was guarding the inbound, did you not know that he was gonna fall? Did you not know he was gonna because they're trying to win every possession. They're trying to win each time. And I love that about Kyle Lowry. And he was also clutch. The threes, the jumper from the right elbow. He willed this team to victory. And shout to Fred VanVleet and Norman Powell, as you mentioned, making clutch plays on both ends.
I often get on Kyle Lowry because a lot of times I feel like instead of scoring buckets, he's trying to score whistles. But in this game, he showed up. In the fourth quarter, we all know what happened in double overtime. In the fourth quarter, he hit 3 huge threes just to keep Toronto alive so they could extend themselves into double overtime. And that turnaround that he hit, that was a tough shot. I know that on the shot chart, this looks like a made shot from 10 feet, but he's turning, he was fading, had a hand in his face, and that was to put them up big at the end of the game. What are you trying to say, Jay?
I'm trying to say the last shot that Kyle Lowry drives to the right elbow, he stops and he regroups and he turns around and he shoots it. Mm-hmm. That looks like a tough shot, but that's a professional getting paid to do it. That's his shot. That is actually his move. He is not the guy that's driving to the hole, jumping over people like Russell Westbrook. So he's found ways intermediately to get his shot off, and it looks contested. It looks tough. But he knew it was going in. You see how he just laid on the floor and swam in his own sweat. Look at that. Swam in his own sweat.
Well, on the other side of the ball, the Celtics point guard, Kemba, he was hobbled. He was troubled. They put a box and one on him. He had trouble getting off. He played over 50 minutes, only had 5 points. Why did he have so much trouble getting buckets?
They went over the screens. Kemba Walker has hit more pull-up threes than any player in the NBA this season. So when you're going against teams like Philly and Joel Embiid, and you're going to play Pascal, you're going to play Gasol and Serge Ibaka at the 5, he's going to get shots. They started playing OG Anunoby at the 5. They started using smaller lineups, and then they were going over the screen. They were forcing somebody else to beat them, and Kemba Walker struggled, and that ended up working for the Toronto Raptors.
So if you remember, there was just 0.5 seconds left when Lowry threw that pass to OG and hit that shot, and that kept the Toronto Raptors alive. And now we are on the brink of a deciding Game 7 between these two teams. What is the key to Game 7 in your mind?
Oh, Game 7. Let me see. Maybe it's Daniel Tice.
Yes.
No, Jason Tatum. See, this is when you need your best player. So we can talk about all of the dynamics within a squad, and his numbers look good in the previous game, but he didn't ball. Marcus Smart balled. Jason Tatum didn't ball. They need him to ball in Game 7. An all-NBA type performance. If he does that, which I anticipate him getting a fresh cut, him and Fred VanVleet, I need to know who their barbers are. Holla at your boy. I might need to come to the bubble. Who cutting their hair? Those are the two guys that I'm going to be watching, but Jason Tatum has to step up for the Celtics. I think he will. I think they advance.
I think so too. So excited for that Game 7 on Friday night. I do not think we will see a Game 7 between the Clippers and the Nuggets. The Clippers jumped out to an early lead last night. The Nuggets tried to come back. The Clippers fought them off and held on, powered by Kawhi Leonard and, of course, Morris, and Montrezl Harrell looked like himself again. He had about 3 or 4 two-handed dunks. What did you see from the Clippers last night?
The last thing you mentioned, I'm going to say first. Montrezl Harrell got his legs back. There were a couple of times when he were playing even late in the season. And when they did the restart, remember, he was in and out of the bubble. He didn't initially join the team. And they gave him the ball in the paint, Jacoby. His footwork wasn't right. He missed a couple of layups. He got a couple of shots contested. Now all of a sudden he playing big boy ball. You see him stretch out, take a deep breath, and go up and just and hang on it. That's when you know somebody feeling good about their game. Look at that makes me feel so good. We call that flushing the toilet. It's just like you've been sitting there, your stomach been hurting, and then all of a sudden you And so, there it is.
Dunks. Look at that.
Ooh,
yeah, those two-handed dunks. He had like 3 of those. He yelled
Those
so
feel
loud
good.
after one of those dunks. He yelled so loud I could hear it. I felt like I was in the bubble with him.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.